All right, welcome to everybody. Welcome YouTube. Welcome to all the people. This is the Discord. This is what I do 3 times a week. I do 2 streams a week that include trading and that include different topics. And I do 1 stream a week on Wednesday where we just delve into one topic. Today is a Friday, so these are the 3 topics that we will be talking about today. So I do these things called alpha drops that everyone in chat here is well aware of. And what alpha drops are, I basically focus on one topic and write, everything about it for how you can use it. So we are going to be actually using this first indicator, which is a free indicator on TradingView called Tick CVD. I'm going to show you guys this. This is a quick write-up of basically what I did. A quick example here, just to get your feet a bit wet before we get in. The bottom chart that you're looking at, guys, that is CVD. CVD is cumulative volume delta. It's going to show market buys versus market sells. Okay. So what we want to look for, and then up the green is just price movement, guys. So what we want to look for is typically sharp movements in CVD indicate a potentially new trend forming. So if there's a large market sell and price goes down a bit, as like you can see at 1648, that tends to lead to price continuing to fall. So CVD is very, very helpful, and Tick CVD is I think fantastic, especially on TradingView, because the benefit of this indicator, guys, is you can use it on actually any coin. You don't even have to use it in crypto. You can use this on anything that has trades. This will be tracking all of the trades. So I did a little bit of a write-up of how you can actually use this. Okay, so let's go first take a coin that's been very, very volatile and go take a look. So with Tick CVD, I like to look at coins that are not always the most correlated to Bitcoin because they're going to have more independent price movement. So Tick CVD, let's go apply that to something that's been volatile, but that hasn't been as correlated to BTC. So this has a 0.375 correlation, IMX. Bico has a 0.379. A lot of coins are just going to have these, very tight correlations. Of course, this one looks like it doesn't really have much of a correlation. It actually doesn't have one at all, which is interesting. Combo USDT. So this one could be one I'd want to look at. Let me see what else there is. And there's all my alerts, of course. How about change in 8-hour? Alpaca, Nero ETH. Is Nero ETH correlated? 0.345. They're all around that same correlation, Alpaca USDT is a little bit less correlated. We can actually go take a look at that. So I'm going to show you guys how to use this indicator. So this is the indicator right here, Tick CVD. Now, one thing that I will say when you use this is the timestamps are just not going to line up. What I mean by that is, do you see this data down here? Obviously, this data, this time right here has nothing to do with this. This is tick data. So this is something that's very helpful on actually any time frame. And if I was to give you a tip with how to trade based off this, you could use it for either something called bias or for execution, guys. So bias is essentially, do I want to go long or short or do nothing? That's what bias is. Do we have a long bias? Do we have a short bias? Execution is what I call just entering a trade. This can be used for both. For bias, if you see a lot of, let's say CVD falls down a lot, price goes flat, that can indicate a lot of market selling and the price could likely fall. That would be bias because you're saying, hey, I'm thinking that price will more likely than not drop. Execution comes into play if you already want a long or you already want a short. So guys, imagine that I already want to long Alpaca USDT. I'm already interested in longing. How do I know when to do that for the greatest probability of success? Well, this indicator is going to be very, very helpful. I'm essentially looking for a bullish confirmation in order to go long Alpaca USDT.P. Here are some examples of that. Wouldn't really be using divergence as much. Well, maybe. Guys, let me just quickly explain what divergence is. If price is falling a little bit or going sideways, but CVD, which is the indicator that we have right here, is rising, then that can indicate that buyers are getting control, and that could be a great sign for you to execute, market or limit order to long. This, of course, is just fantastic. If price and CVD are both going up, that's just good. There's just nothing really concerning about that if you're long. Sharp movements in CVD are another way you can look for it. typically what you might see for continuation of a strong uptrend is out of nowhere you see some sharp movement upward with a lot of buying, and then that can be a sign that the trend is on. Price will likely continue in that direction. Additionally, one of my favorite ways, if not to tell you guys the truth, probably my second favorite way of using this indicator. I'd say the second best way to use this indicator is price consolidating with tick CVD. If price is just going sideways or just in a market range, meaning it hits support and resistance repeatedly and doesn't leave that range much, that can show you a lot, because if CVD starts trending upward, that could show you that the market aggressors are likely longs, and that will likely lead to price increasing. Conversely, if price is going sideways but CVD is just fallen off, that could show that a lot of people are interested in selling. Okay, so using this right here, let's go analyze alpaca USDT. All right. Again, if you subscribe to the Discord, you will be able to, see that alpha drop. So I want to see something. I see something really, really interesting here. One thing you can do, guys, if you want to use tick CVD to your advantage, you don't have to even look at this. You could just double click this on TradingView, and here we go. So this is actually a really interesting pattern. Let me explain it. So as you can see, right up here is price, and I can show you the axis. You can see the y-axis right there. And of course, this is CVD. So what do we see right now? I want to show you something pretty cool. Do you guys see in this 1 second data right here, CVD, so the amount of selling went from a 6.8 down to about a 38,000. So a lot of people actually ended up selling this token. About 1 to 2 seconds later, do you see the token actually fell? Do you guys see that there is a bit of a lag? That's fantastic. Because essentially what happened here was that price hadn't fallen yet, right? You could see it from this right here. Price hadn't fallen. It really hadn't yet. But there was this large market sell, this sharp drop in CVD. Then price began to, trickle down a little bit. Okay. Again, this is not going to line up perfectly with this at all. So that is one thing to keep in mind. But this is something that's, I think, quite helpful to basically give you bias and execution. So here's a really good example of execution. You could be looking at this chart right now and asking yourself, Bennett, do I long now? Do we want to enter long, guys? Well, probably not. You can see the price was going up a little bit, but there is something that's a little bit concerning. Look at tick CVD. What is it showing us? Tick CVD is down a lot. There's this market selling, which is CVD going down is market selling, guys. This market selling is quite aggressive. So a quick rule that I have in the Discord and for my trading, just to make sure that we're always on the right side. I don't like to catch falling knives. I know that that's a very stereotypical thing to say because no one does. But I think that there is something to be said about not entering a trend until it proves itself. Now, you might argue, wait, but Bennett, don't you think that once a trend proves itself that the trend is over? No, I really don't, because a lot of people like to counter a trend, and that just adds more, fodder. Cannon fodder, essentially. So a quick example of that, this is actually a beautiful illustration of the indicator and how well it can work. Do you guys see all this market selling right here and then price begin to trickle down? That's a bit of the trickle effect, the lag trickle effect that can happen. So here's how I think is best practice if you're going to survive and make money in futures trading, guys, using market order data, market buys and market sells. If you want to long, and then price going down even more, you do not just open long, guys. This indicator is going to help you with execution. But you might say, well, Bennett, when do I buy here? I'm interested. I want to long. It looks a little bit scary now, but when do I do it? Well, my argument would be you need to wait for one of two things happening. Guys, you either need to wait for CVD to shoot up, showing that there's some bulls coming in and that you could be on the beginning of that trend. Look at it really falling right now. Beautiful. And if you realize this was actually a fake out right here where it looked like price was going to rise, but then it kept going down, how would you have known? You look at tick CVD. Tick CVD was showing you that people were market selling. Terrible idea for you to just ape in, I guess. So one of two things need to occur for you to long. One, we need a sharp uptick in CVD. That has not happened. Two, another really good example, probably the second best example to give you guys, when price goes sideways and CVD just begins trickling upward, that's pretty good. So I can't get that data for previous because this is just live data only. But a really good example of that, guys, price was just about sideways here, if you were tracking it, right? Guys, if you looked at CVD, And let's say you measured CVD from, I don't know, here to here, and you saw that market buys were a lot stronger than market sells. That's a great read on the market that you should probably be entering long, and definitely not short. Okay. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Does anyone so far have any questions? Oh, and look at that. Do you guys see the quick hop up of CVD right here? And then you see the hop up of price too. CVD shoots up, and then right after CVD begins to shoot up, price begins to trickle upward. You can see it right there. This is when you long. You long when you get this sharp uptick like that. That's a great sign for you to get in. So if you had seen that, you could have maybe longed around here. Here's the y-axis. You could have maybe got in around 14384, and then you could see price a little bit higher than 14384 right now. So very, very, very helpful indicator. Now, last thing I want to say about this before we take any questions, guys. What is the best type of coin to analyze this on? I would say that the best type of coin to analyze this on is a highly volatile asset. Something that moves around a lot and that has a lot of trades. That's what I would shoot for. The more trades, the better, because that means that the more information you're going to get on the market. So you're going to want to look at coins that have a lot of market activity, a lot of people trading, essentially. So that's tick CVD. Does anyone have any questions on this indicator? One other thing about this, you do not need TradingView Premium. So this will actually get you tick data, but actually bypass any paid plans. So I don't know how it does that, but you can see this. Yeah, it's not available to people that don't subscribe into a paid plan. But live tick data is actually in this indicator. So this is a really, really, really cool. Really cool indicator to do that on. So here are just some of the examples right here. These are a lot cleaner. As you can see in his examples, he's not looking at the actual natural price on TradingView. He's just looking at his price on tick on both of these. So, yep. And here are just some of the things that it's on. I said last thing before, but last thing I'm gonna do here is just show you my settings. My settings are default, I think, guys. It's really nothing too crazy. These are my settings. Yes, Carmine. CVD stands for cumulative volume delta, and this is a TradingView version that I think is quite good. Now, what makes this indicator different than other CVD data indicators on TradingView? Guys, this is different. This is not the same thing as CVD on TradingView because this is looking at every single price tick. So it's not actually, this might be a bit of a shock, but it's actually very difficult for market buy and market sell data to go to TradingView. TradingView reads volume as raw transaction volume, but that means that you can't really see an order delta. So you might actually go to TradingView, guys, and type in CVD. It might not always be the most accurate. This is really the most accurate it can get because it's going the most granular. It's going to the very tiniest tick of volume. You can see volume is right here. It's going to these ticks. Every single tick up and tick down, of course, it's going to be tracking and coinciding with where did price go in a millisecond or 1 second. So, well, less than a second actually. So there are other CVDs you can get. There's a million CVDs. I don't like a lot of them because they're just not accurate. They're just going to be making assumptions, you know. So you want tick data, and that's why you actually have to load this yourself. Once you switch the time frame or switch the coin, it will start loading up the data. So if I wanted to look at a different coin, all of my progress here, you know, will not be saved, unfortunately. But before I do that, this has been, you know, this reading of price has been pretty good. You can see all the signals that it's given you. You know, these upticks right here leading to an uptick in price. And then probably the best part has been this massive sell at about 14384. That, oh my God, I mean, it went right down to here, 1433. So I don't know how much of a scalp that would have been. Yeah, it would have been decent. So if you like scalping, this would have been something definitely up your alley. All right, we are going to, is it a lagging indicator? I think so. Do you mean leading or lagging, CloudKite? So a leading indicator means that the indicator gives you something and then price follows. A lagging indicator is just, you know, price does something and then the indicator reports it. So I'm making the argument that this is a leading indicator and that price is the lagger, if that makes sense. You can see that there's a lot of market selling right here. Price was flat and then price went down. Carmine, to answer your question, so it's green when there's buy pressure and red when there's sell pressure. Carmine, yes, I believe that is correct. Yeah, as you can see. Well, actually, that's the midsection right here, the midsection of it. Carmen, the coloring of the price candles, which I think is what you are referring to, the coloring of the price candles is actually just quite simple. It looks at the first price that I recorded, and if it's below, it shows red, and if it's above, it shows green. Do you see that switch right there? It's really not that complicated. It doesn't really mean much. So the coloring of these candles is completely irrelevant. It just doesn't matter. Same with the coloring here. Do you see that there's a big CVD jump right there? Look at that jump in CVD. That could be a good sign to buy right now, actually. That's a lot of market buying. So that could be a sign that price could go up. Because CVD just went from about what, like a negative 180 to like a positive 190. So someone really market bought a lot, as you can see. All right, cool. We are going to. Can you please repeat when to long and when to short according to this indicator? So Cloud Kite, I posted an alpha drop on this that gives you full indication of when to do that. The alpha drop is in the main chat of Talk to Bennett, so you can go find it there. The two main ways are sharp upticks and sharp downticks in CVD. And then the second way, which is maybe my favorite, is looking when price isn't doing much, but volume is very active. Yeah, that's basically it. So, all right, I'm kind of curious about other coins potentially we could look at too, or let's go look at the agenda. So next on the agenda is scalping altcoins. And good news is I will be using this indicator in order to scalp altcoins, but also when I'm trading altcoins, I'm going to be using my open interest typical kind of analysis. When I scalp, the first thing that I like to do is go to Orion Terminal. This is a fantastic platform that really will show you everything that you need to know. OI change 8 hour, OI change 1 hour are my bread and butter. It matters how you want to trade, but I do like looking for coins that have a positive increase in open interest because that can indicate a lot of positions getting in and price could potentially, go higher. We have Bico USDT right here. This one, this one could potentially be a long. I'd have to go look at the tick data. Let's actually change it over. You go change it to Bico. And then it will start loading the data in because this is going to have a lot of fantastic CVD stuff. You can see it's beginning to load here. You got to give it a few minutes, though, to really get set. Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to long this, but we need to go look at the actual analysis of it. So these are where I go to scout opportunities, and this is where I go to actually analyze, not just scout. So let's go look at Bioeconomy, Bico. And I'm also going to want to log in because I have good settings that I like to use. So we're going to do that right there. All right, so here is open interest, and it's pretty straightforward. Open interest is falling off a lot, which typically is quite bearish because this can show that longs are exiting. I don't know if I really want to long this. I don't know. This one might be tough. It's kind of tempting though. Let's go look at tick CVD together. So tick CVD is showing a bit of an uptick, but this is not a lot of data. This is about 30 seconds of data. I want more than that. So I need to give this a few minutes to actually get me more data for volume. But this is showing me a little bit more bullishness than I originally thought. And look at that. Price goes up right after. You can see that there was a bit of bullishness right here. And I was like, oh, it's nothing because I just loaded up the indicator. Right when that bullishness began, price is just taking off upward now. So maybe I should have got in, So CloudKite, that would have been a very good example of when to get in. For me, I was like, hey, I need to get more information, which is fair. But this uptick in CVD led to that. And now look at price. It's higher for sure. So I wouldn't hate it if we could go below this low and I could long somewhere in this area right here. Speaking of price areas, there is a very helpful indicator that we love to look at in this Discord called the open interest profile. Let's go take a look at this right here. Green zones are going to show where people have entered positions. Red zones are going to show where people have exited positions. Typically, you want to treat green zones as support resistance, and you want to treat red zones as basically continuation zones where price is going to likely go, shoot right past that level. Okay. Let's go take a look here. So this is basically showing me that I don't want to long anytime soon. I was tempted to long below this, but I'm not seeing any strong support in the 23s. the best trade to take would actually be buying in the 22s. So this is not a good idea for you to take a trade. Yeah. Maybe to short, but not to long. Just doesn't really look like something you want to long right now. Unless it's very, very short term. This coin looks interesting. Rare USDT. This looks interesting because it says it has a high correlation, but it's not really looking like it has a high correlation, which is good. So let me go look at rare USDT. Yeah, this looks fantastic. This is exactly what I like to look for, guys. Open interest is skyrocketing, showing a lot of people entering positions. This is looking really bullish. Yeah. So this could be something that I could talk myself into getting into a position for. And then taking profits somewhere around above 11 or something like that. Yeah, this does look quite good. It's just the thing is, where do you enter is really the question. You can see that the downtick in CVD and now price is falling. Yeah, I don't really know if you want to trade that. This coin though is something I want to buy. The question is where. The question always is, where do you buy? Sometimes what I like to do, guys, is a 50-50 split when I take a trade. A 50-50 split is when you buy 50% at market, and then you buy 50% with a limit order a little bit lower. That's another thing that you can do. Here's a position I have on right now, as you can see. That's something you can do in order to split up your liquidity. I really hope that this coin doesn't just take off, because this looks quite bullish. But unfortunately, when things look quite bullish, they tend to take off. So let's look at CVD. CVD, luckily for me, is kind of falling a little bit, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that materializes into any actual downward price movement. Seems like people are market selling, but now it looks like we're above 11. Yeah, so this would have been good. This would have been good to buy. So I want to walk this back and explain why I was so bullish on this and why this fit all the criteria. Because if you understand that, you're going to be able to take fantastic scalping trades like that and make an immediate 2%. First of all, what I saw that I really liked was that open interest was really high. You can see that right here. This is all green. This is basically telling you guys that open interest is just getting up there. That's quite good. Second thing I did in my analysis. So we also saw that, let me go on the 5 minute. Do you see how bullish open interest looks right here? Guys, when open interest is going up like that, that's indicating that a lot of longs and shorts are in the trend. Why does that matter? Well, it matters a lot because of what can happen to shorts as price goes higher and puts buy pressure on them. So when open interest rises by this much, and this is a lot, this is a 12 million coin increase. That means that there are now plus 12 million shorts, plus 12 million longs. Essentially, what that means is that it's likely that a lot of these shorts are going to get killed. Price will likely keep going higher. So price tends to go up until the point where all the shorts are dead. All the shorts are stopped out. And when shorts begin to be stopped out, that's when you see open interest kind of go flat or fall. But typically, I think open interest going flat is kind of a sign like, hey, the shorts are beginning to be stopped out. So I'm going to try to show you an example of that. But this is just so different than any other example I've seen recently. Let's go look at a few of those, actually. Oh, well, this one's kind of interesting, but there's really not much going on there. This one I think is a lot better. So you can see that there was a large increase in positions here, and then immediately they begin to decrease. So the way that I like to trade, guys, with uptrends is I don't want to see open interest decreasing. Typically, open interest decreasing is not a good sign. So this is an example right here, but you can go to a lot of different coins, and when you see a sharp uptick in price, and then open interest begins to fall off, this is what tends to happen. So let's go analyze that with the current trend here, and that is not happening here. Open interest is fine. There's just nothing to worry about. So this is a little bit disappointing that I wasn't able to take that trade, but you can't take every trade. I can go see if there's any other opportunities, but I still am very interested in this coin right here, Rare USDT. Yeah, this one looks quite good for sure. And if anyone had longed it when I said, it looks bullish, then all power to you. Another thing you can do that I don't always love as much, but you can look for strong downtrends. So let's go look for some coins that are in a strong downtrend, shall we? Let's go see. So Alpaca USDT kind of is. We've analyzed him before. Mask USDT. Let's look at this. This one's not. Is this one even in a down? Oh, this one is in a downtrend. Yeah, this one looks interesting. I can go take a look at Mask USDT to see if there's any short I could take, or long even, but I'll probably want to short. Typically, I just trade the trend for a scalp, but so yeah, wow, this is looking very bearish. Yeah, look what happened. So, a few things here. Let me first explain the beauty of a downtrend and how to scout them. But before I do that, look at Rare. Yeah, Rare, of course, is going up a little bit higher. Look at this. CVD just skyrocketing up, and then price, of course, follows suit. And we'll probably keep going up too. So, yeah, great indicator for this. Mask USDT, what happened here? Do you guys see the very strong uptrend on Mask USDT? This is quite important for everyone to realize why open interest is so important. This is the 15-minute indicator, so it's a little bit more zoomed out. Open interest increased a lot. And what you're going to see is, do you see that every single time that open interest fell off a little bit or went flat, price fell? Look at this. I'm going to point you to a few examples when ever since the uptrend really began, open interest kind of like cooled off here and price fell. So you might say, well, Bennett, what do I do here? When open interest begins to fall off, I would highly recommend exiting, actually. Then when open interest begins to pick right back up, this is when you want to probably get back in. So you can see it begin to pick up again. So this would have been easy trade for you to take. When did open interest fall off again? It fell off here. This is actually an even better example. It's more extreme. Do you guys see that open interest was rising and then price began to fall off a little bit with open interest falling? Not really a great sign. And then, the trend was reconfirmed here with a strong uptick in price and open interest. But you can see that open interest falling tends to be a sign that price is going to, start falling. Now let's talk about the downtrend. Open interest began to fall here. But the reason I'm showing you this is I want you to notice something about what happened here. Do you see that open interest has not increased with any upticks in price? That is so important. So important. Price has not gone up with an increase in open interest here. Nothing at all. Nothing significant. This is a sign of a downtrend. So if you're ever curious with looking at open interest and a strong uptrend that's leading into a bit more of a downtrend, this is what you want to look for, guys. You want to look for open interest falling with just price unable to increase positions whenever price goes up. That's a sign that price will likely continue to fall. So we can actually use this to our advantage and maybe look for short on Mask USDT here. So let's do that. Let me also pull up my favorite indicator and get rid of these drawings here. Also, if you guys have any questions about any of the topics that I've talked about so far, of course, do let me know. So here we can see it's just a bunch of open interest decrease, which is just not that surprising. I'm trying to get this indicator to work. Let's see here. Try to get this indicator to work. Yeah, so that was a little bit more helpful. It kind of showed a little bit of levels of a lot of green up here. So I kind of want to just short this soon, to be honest with you. That's something that I would lean toward. So Rare USDT, that coin that we were looking at before, has just been grinding upward. That's really not that surprising with the increase in open interest and with the CVD looking beautiful. Guys, if you are currently in an uptrend in Rare and long, you probably don't want to close right now. There's just no reason to close, even if you're like, hey, I want to lock in profit. You want to wait for CVD to fall off, and that's when you want to think about closing. But right now, there's just not much reason for you to close out of nowhere. It's always tempting for me to take profit early, and it probably is tempting for you. But some of the greatest profits you're going to make are when you hold through a trend and just, stay strong, essentially. So right now, I would recommend probably this, staying strong, or maybe taking 50% profit, but I don't think taking full profit's a good idea with CVD looking the way it is. Now let's go look at Mask USDT, the coin that I want to short, and actually see if we can actually fit into a short here. So this is the coin on the 1 minute. I'm gonna wait for a bit of CVD to load up. But yeah, I'm thinking of shorting around here. If price can go a little bit higher, potentially. This looks decent for sure. It looks good because of the way that open interest is trending. I think that we can probably break these lows. I think that that's not unlikely. Let's go look at this. Yeah. I'm pretty convinced that this is a coin that I probably want to short. Do you guys see CVD? Look at CVD falling as price rises. This is just good. Look at this. Yeah, this looks good. So this is a coin we want to short like soon. Okay. So we're going to do a 50-50 approach that I've talked about before. 50-50 means we sell now and we sell a little bit above. And then that's the trade. So we're going to do a 2.89, selling essentially right now. With sizing, I'm going to do a 1,000 just to start. Oh, did it really not fill? Oh, that's annoying. I hit 2.89 and then immediately it doesn't fill, but that's fine. We're going to get in here. Here we go. So you can see that we are going to be in a short position right there. If it went through, did it go through? Let's see. I hope my mask short went through. It did go through. Awesome. It did go through. Yeah. Oh, my position's actually a lot larger than I originally thought. I thought this was going to be a 285 position, but it's actually a 2.9K position. That's fine though. That's gonna be a little bit bigger than I had originally wagered. But I think that's fine. It is taking a little bit more risk, but it's going to be a fun one. Make or lose 300 or something like that. Okay, let's go analyze Mask USDT in this hopeful downtrend and how we can set up a good take profit and stop loss. Let's take a look. So where do we want to put our stop loss? That's the first question I kind of want to ask myself is where is a good SL here? I like to look for guys when open interest rises. I like to use that as support resistance and using that for my SL. So we can see open interest began to rise around here. So I actually don't think it's a bad idea to have a very tight stop loss. And a stop loss probably around here. You might say, well, Bennett, that's resistance. Why would you put your SL at resistance? Well, hear me out. Open interest rose a lot around here. So I think that a stop loss around here is pretty much the tightest you can get it and pretty good. Obviously, my take profit is going to be below 2.8. That's what I've been eyeing up the whole time. So I think that a pretty decent trade is putting my SL somewhere around 2.93 and then putting my take profit around like a lot lower here. So let's go put those orders in. So here's the short. Let's go put in position TPSL. Like I'd said, my SL, first of all, where are you, is going to be about a 2.93. Let's do that. What is that, a loss of like 200? Oh, 46? I thought it'd be more than that, actually. Let's do a stop loss of 2.935. I think that is absolutely perfect. My take profit, I said before, it's going to be below. Yeah, and that's actually exactly a 2 to 1. I'm after fees and everything, I'm really going to be making twice as much money as I would be losing. Let's go put that in. Confirm. So we have a SL and a TP, as you can see here, and BingX shows those two levels. There's the trade. We also have a Bitcoin short on as well because of a counter trade that I am currently taking. I like my take profit. I think that's pretty fair. And now we just have to hope the price kind of just trickles down, kind of falls a little bit. Guys, let's go take a look at the CVD. So CVD, we have a fall off right here, and price went up. This is beautiful bearish divergence that just made me very, very bearish, as you can see. So do you guys see that price was kind of trickling higher, but CVD was low? Great sign for you to just rip it in short, and that's what I did to get into this short right here. Now, what's going on right now is this just looks still pretty good. There's really no reason for me to think otherwise. CVD is basically just chilling. It's just kind of going flat, and price is just kind of trickling down a little bit. So there's really not much reason for anything to change for me. If anything, I think price might go sideways a little bit. I'm not really seeing CVD do anything crazy. I mean, I wouldn't hate it if CVD shot down, of course, because that would mean that people are market selling, and market selling is good for you if you are short, obviously. But I'm not really seeing anything too crazy. So nothing for me to like really change. So here are the trades. Anyone have any questions so far on any of the actions that I've done thus far? Additionally, let's go look at the other coin that I was analyzing of Rare. I'm curious if Rare has, oh, this is looking great. I'm curious if Rare has still gone up. Let's go see. So Rare actually went down a little bit. So CVD, oh, sorry, open interest fell. So this is exactly what I was talking about. How beautiful is that? Do you guys see open interest fell right here? Open interest falling is a sign that price could likely fall. So this is a little bit more worrying for the trend because this is a lot of selling and open interest is falling. So potential downtrend ensuing, potential downtrend. CVD is trending up a little bit with price falling, which I don't love. But we'll just have to see. I don't love this though. We'll have to see what price does. And price looks like it still wants to fall, which is good for us. So see how this goes. It looks very cluttery, but yeah. CBD is now beginning to come down a little bit, which is nice. Price is going sideways. As you can see, it's just chilling sideways. So not too much to talk about with that. And look at that, coin beginning to fall. Yeah, guys, this is the worrying sign and just how powerful open interest can really be. Guys, whenever you see this, this is the sign for you to get out of the trade. Get out of the trade. Because what tends to happen is this beautiful thing here, price trickling lower. So this was a beautiful long. Here's how you play this long correctly and the way that I would have had I entered at consolidation. I enter at a consolidation. And then when I begin to see open interest fall off a little bit, I just exit. I exit around here. So I can get in here and then exit around here and I'm good to go. That way, I'm actually able to hold on as much bullishness as the trend gives me until I'm proven otherwise. And right now, this has been proven otherwise, and you're seeing the result right here in the market selling because OI went down. All right, guys, I'm going to be doing a 5-minute break, and then we're going to be getting into the next topic. Let me know also if you guys see any other scalps that you think would be good for me to take. I don't know of any others right now that look great. I mean, we can always look at our scanner, but things look, yeah, I mean, decent. But I'm going to do a 5-minute break, and then we'll get back and get into topic number 3, which is going to be a wild one. Trust me. All right. So let me just show you this because I think this is a good thing to leave on the screen for the next 5 minutes. We're going to be playing some lo-fi, and we'll get back to you guys soon. All right. Talk to you guys in 5 at 11:16. See you soon. We are back. Yeah, Hamza, we started 1 hour early because I do have to travel. So this gives the opportunity for other people who aren't typically, able to see streams to watch streams. Good news to everybody. Look at that drop in CVD. Oh my God, I love that. So we're going to be making more money on Mask, as you can see. That profit should be able to go up. It should be going up because, yeah, like as you can see, that was a large market sell. That's fantastic, So the market sell by itself, guys, we went from a negative 9,000 coins sold on CVD down to 196. So that is about 180. I think, guys, that's about 180, something like this. Hamza, this was part of the reason why I used a CVD indicator that I talked about earlier in stream. Oh my gosh, and look at this market selling. I am loving that. So that should be able to keep going up, hopefully. Because a lot of people are market selling. Hopefully that's not like a strong support point. Hopefully we can keep making money in this short. But yeah, a lot of people are market selling, as you can see. An update on the other coin that we were analyzing, it's gone down more. Do you guys remember we talked about this about 10, 15 minutes ago that this was a warning sign? This right there, it was a warning sign. That drop in open interest was not healthy, and you can see the price did end up falling. CVD and open interest are just great ways that you can take trades, and also Ryan Terminal can alert you to these. I'm going to see if there's any final coin that I want to trade. There probably won't be because I do want to cover the final topic and have time to give that what it needs. But I can go look at a few potential options. This one looks good, Nero ETH. So we can go take a look at him. This one's been in the news too. A lot of people have been talking about it. We can go look at this and see if there's anything there. Nah, I don't love what I see here. That's not healthy. You don't want to see open interest look like that. This doesn't look good. No, this just doesn't look good at all. Open interest is not looking strong. Guys, you want people to be creating positions, not exiting positions when price rises. Yeah, not healthy. So this is not going to be a strong uptrend. I just can't see this being that strong because look at open interest. People just aren't really getting in, and you need people to get into trades. So, not really looking too bullish on that. Now let's go to this one right here. Looks like price has fallen even more, so our profit should go up more. Hopefully, we can make about $100 on this trade. Did anyone else take any of the trades today that we've been talking about or actually executing on? Let me know if you did. Trader Fox, do you have any questions on CVD, open interest, coin selection, Bitcoin correlation? Let me know. Ask your last question, then we'll go into final topic. The final topic is going to be very fun because it's 40 minutes until expiration for what you're about to see. So it's going to be fun. But yeah, get your questions in now, guys, because I am going to be changing over to that next one. Look how good CVD looks. Look at this. Look at the tick CVD. So bearish. Have you ever tried using exocharts? I have used exocharts. Yeah. Yeah. No, I have. You mainly use Coinalyze for alts. Hamza, today's agenda is right here. And we are currently doing this part of the agenda. So this, Hamza, and for everyone else listening, this is going to be publicly available on YouTube. This is going to be one of the only streams I've ever done that's publicly available. So watching this back is going to be beyond easy. You know, it'll be posted a few times. Everything that's happened today, you will be able to watch back perfectly. So, yeah, I don't really need to repeat myself because you're going to be seeing it in a few hours anyway. CVD looks great, but let's go into final topic, shall we? So these are going to be the two trades that we're taking here, but now let's go over to Polymarket for some really interesting trades that I've been looking at. So on Polymarket, what we're going to be talking about is Polymarket expirations. Guys, a lot of these are ending very, very, very soon. This one's going to be quite interesting. A lot of these are ending very soon because these expire at noon in 40 minutes. So because these expire so quickly, so soon, there's a lot of things that you can do. You know, with these, I currently already have a position on betting on Ethereum to be below, oh, look at this beauty. Ethereum to be below 2,600. How fast can we hit the take profit on Mask USDT? It was a good short, wasn't it? So far. I don't want to get too happy in this short, but I mean, it's been making us money, so that's good. All right, let me just exit out of that so I don't make a mistake and make a bad trade. So this is Ethereum USDT. You can see that, let me go look here. Ethereum USDT, basically what the market is, guys, is, hey, will Ethereum be above this price November 1st, noon? It says it right here. Let me show you. Yep, noon. You can see that right here. That's in 40 minutes, so that's quite soon. Now, how would it be best to trade this? Well, right now, there's not much you can do. You can see that my position is already quite profitable. I took this position because it was plus EV. And now it looks like this trade's basically over because Ethereum's not going to be above 2,600, as you can see right there. Bitcoin's falling, I assume. Yeah, Bitcoin is falling. So that means that the other position that I have, a short on Bitcoin, will also be making me money, which is great. Are there any trades that I could take here? I mean, I could do something kind of fun, which is to take a small position and buy this. Guys, if I buy this, I'm betting that in 40 minutes, that Ethereum will be above 2,600. But I'm actually not going to hold. I could long and then try to double my money. But in order to do this accurately, we need to get an accurate probability. We do not want to take a trade without consulting probability because that would just be a bad trade. So I'm going to show you guys how you can quickly calculate the probability of anything happening, and we're going to use that to see if we want to take a trade here. All right. So let's go to options and go look at Ethereum's IV, 52%. So we're going to put that in here. So 52%. How many days are remaining? Well, guess what? There's about 35, 36 minutes left. And how many minutes are there in a day? 1,440. So 36 divided by 1,440 is the amount of days left. This target price is obviously 2,600. Asset price is 2,546. Look at the probability. 0. Well, thank you. I mean, okay, so you're really telling me, man, that there's a 0% chance. All right. Well, there's another way we can calculate probability, and I'm going to put in the same metrics there. So we go here, we go there, we go 2,600, we go 2,547, done. So the probability is like zilch, essentially. So this is essentially saying, guys, that the market's assessing that there is a near guarantee the price is going to be below 2,600. Isn't it weird that the math shows that? Because I don't really see that. I wouldn't agree with that probability, would you? Because this math is basically saying that you should buy you should be buying all of this liquidity in no, This is really interesting. Yeah, it's essentially saying that there's like a 0% chance that price can even expire above here. I don't know if in practice that's really the case, but that makes me happy with the position I have, which is positioned correctly. Obviously, now we never want to buy yes, because the math is basically telling you, why on earth would you buy yes? There's just no reason to. So this is the math that can guide you to take good Polymarket trades. Question is, Do we add to our winning position? I could put a low bid in at like 99.3, 99.4. If price goes up, that'd be fantastic because we could add to our position a little bit more there. Yeah, I mean I could buy at 99, I guess. But is that plus EV to do something like this? I mean, I think it could be, but you're only making a dollar. But it is plus EV because the probability is way on your side. So let me see if I would even get filled at 99.4. This might look like a weird trade because my profit's so small, but this is more of like a computerish trade. It's more computerish because the math is so far in my favor. If anyone ever executes on my 99.4, that, so kind of hoping the price rises a little bit so I can maybe get filled. We'll have to see. Is this even worth it? I mean, it's a good trade mathematically, but I don't know if it's really worth my time or yeah. So let's go look at a few more of these crypto price markets and see what we can do. So if you go to ending soon, you're going to see the ones that expire at noon in about 35 minutes. This one's interesting too. Solana above 170. So we have to look at Solana USDT. Wait a second. Solana is at 169. Oh, wow. This is the market that we want to look at. This is a much, much, much more interesting market. 62%. Got it. Okay. Guys, this is going to be a crazy one to trade because this one's going to be all over the place. Look at these like pump and dumps of the, wow. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is the one that we want to trade. This is a little bit undervalued for Solana expiring above 170, right? A little bit undervalued. How do we trade this correctly? Well, let's go put the metrics in, shall we? That done. The probability is 71% that it expires below 170, guys. You should put the right one in. Probability is 75% that it expires below. So the correct play here is to buy now. I don't want to, but it's the correct play actually. It doesn't feel right to be buying no here because you want to buy yes that it's going to expire above 170, but mathematically you should be buying no. Man, this is so interesting. Guy's so mad that it went below. Red candle's looking spicy. Yeah, I cinema. Everyone's talking about right now how just fascinating it is that this coin is just going to be all over the place when it comes to yeah. Wait, is it really trading at 50? How is that possible? Price is below 170. This is just okay. Well, I would love to get in this market. Let's get in 20. Let's see if this would ever get filled. This would be awesome if I can get filled at 55, because it's a plus EV price. Yeah. So this is the market. Buying at 55 is just mathematically good. Does it mean that we're always going to make money? No, it doesn't. But mathematically speaking, this is the right price to put. Guys, I'm saying that because I'm calculating the real probability of it right here. And there are 30 minutes left. So let's go update that as well. 30 divided by 1440. Let's go put that in here. Boom and boom. So the probability the price is going to be expiring below is 64%. So I will be filled at 55%. And I just got filled at 55%. Look at that. Awesome. So these are just good trades. This is a way that you can just take good trades on Polymarket. Yeah, CloudKite, the underlying price is Binance Solana USDT. This is the market that I've been analyzing right here, as you can see. Okay. Wild, wild, wild market, though. So looks like everyone else is putting their order at 55 as well. Of course, if price shoots up, I'm going to have to cancel my order because it would be stupid to hold it if price is, above 169.9. So, but so far we're in a good position. I like where we're at. We bought a few shares of this. So yeah, that is basically trading Polymarket expirations. Let me cancel this and see what else we can do here. So I could scalp it. I could exit now, but I just don't see a reason to when it's this small. I have like a few dollars in it, so I don't really see, too much reason to. Ethereum above 2,600 is 100%, because it would be a near miracle if Ethereum was to expire above 2,600. That would be insane. So that's obviously in our favor. Let me go check out how the Bing. Yeah, so this market's over, as you can see right here. I mean, if you wanted to, you could buy a 0.1 and try to make an 1000x, but I don't really see the purpose of that. Look at the no market. Yeah. At this point, buying even at, like 99.7 is mathematically correct. So, I mean, I don't want to buy with everything. Oh, someone's already bidding at 99.8. Yeah. All right. Well, the Solana market's like a lot more interesting anyway. So, does anyone have any questions about trading Polymarket crypto prices? It's a really cool, inefficient market for you to trade. Let's go take a look at BingX. Let's go take a look at the BingX positions. Let's go see how they're doing. Hopefully in the green. Let's go see. So they're both pretty deep in the green. Mask is just consolidating. Mask is just chilling here. So we're up about 41 there. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I mean, there's just not much to change here. I like what I see here with the trend. So I don't really see any reason for me to freak out and get out. Is price at support? Yes. Price is at support, but at the same time, I just feel like the bearish pressure should be able to push the price below 28, below 2.8. So I don't really have, yeah, I don't really want to get out of this trade here. Here's the Bitcoin trade that I took. Shorted there. Does anyone have any questions so far on anything that we have talked about so far? Whether it's CVD, open interest, holding in a trend even when you want to take profit, which is something that I've struggled with, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better at, guys, of holding my profits out because like it's tempting to just get out of these, of course, but the correct play would be to stay in. So we want prices to fall, as you can see. So Lana falling is fantastic too, because that's just going to make us more money on this market here. So Solana's now at 169, meaning there's a pretty low probability that it'll be below, above 170. So that's good. I could get out, but why? No, why would I do that? So this is the beauty of Polymarket, guys. You can set bids for prices that are just mathematically profitable. That's also known as value bets or plus EV betting. And people will fill your order because they don't know what they're doing. Or I don't know, they're hedging or something, but there are a lot of money you can make, not just like marketing ordering in on Polymarket, but just setting in good limit orders to get filled. And then those good limit orders are just going to, do the work for you when you do get filled. So right now, I believe the probability should be a little bit higher than this. Yeah, which is great. Price is falling even more, which is very, very nice. So, oh, mask fell below support, below minor support. This support right here. Let's go see this trend right here. Man, I've been loving the CVD indicator because it really helps you with entering trends like this, you know? So I've been happy about that. I think we can get to my TP. I think we can get to my take profit, don't you? We just need to really shoot through all of this support right here, but hopefully the bearishness wins, you know? I could see a little bit of consolidation, maybe prices going sideways for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, obviously we'll have to see. Bitcoin's falling. Where is my take profit again? My take profit is close, 70,250. It's not in the agenda, but another reason, or the main reason why I took this Bitcoin trade was because of counter trading, of course. Talked about this a lot on YouTube. He is not live anymore. I'm not saying he's not alive, but he's not live. He was live before, but now he's not. So that makes me a little bit worried, and I might actually have to close out my trade because if I can't see his position, then I can't be in a position, right? So I think I have to close this out. The reason I'm closing this out, which might look a little bit weird, I'm not taking profit early just to take profit early. It's because the whole purpose of a counter trade is you need to be copying every action that the guy does. And I can't be in this trade. So we are out of that Bitcoin trade. We made 36.49. Now the only trade that we are in is Mask USDT. All right. So yeah, it's just basically this one. Now, when it comes to Polymarket, is there anything I want to do here? Not really. You know, one thing I could do is I mean, this is a bit, I was thinking of making a bit of a mathematical mistake, but I could sell at 99.9, just to free up some money, I guess. 99.9, because that means that I'm just giving up 10 pennies, and I'm okay giving up 10 pennies of liquidity. So I think selling at 99.9 is not a mistake. Yeah. Because if some whale wants to buy everything at 99.9, that's great. If his SL hit, he will not be alive. Yeah, Hamza, that's dark. But yeah. Maybe I'm glad I took that Bitcoin profit, because price did go up. Where did I exit Bitcoin? Let me go check. I exited Bitcoin at 605 and price is at 605. So price went sideways, I guess. Or price went down, then went back up. So we need to do some more analysis on Mask USDT. So let me go to Coinalyze and just go take a look at it. I just want to make sure everything's healthy. I mean, we want the market to be unhealthy. That would make our short very healthy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, this just looks good. Positions are falling off a cliff. This is not bad at all. This is what you want to see, guys. So there's just no reason for me to freak out and just get out of this position because it looks bearish. You know? There's just no reason for me to exit right now. Look, that could change. But right now, with what I'm seeing, I don't see anything that's too worrying. We can also put an aggregated CVD of stables right here, just to go see short-term selling and stuff like that. I don't like this indicator as much as I like the TradingView tick data. I just think that the TradingView tick data is just a little bit better. But the CVD is showing you exactly what you want to see. Just people are market selling. So guys, a little bit of a trading tip here. If you're in these types of trades, no reason for you to exit or take 50% profit. What I've been doing recently, and a little bit of hopefully helpful advice, I try to use math as much as possible. Here's what I'll say. Guys, the more math and the more quantitative analysis that you're doing, just the better the trades are going to be. You don't want to just use your bias. You don't want to just say, I feel like price is going to reverse on me. That's just not good trading. Because think about the long term about, you just trading based on your vibes versus trading based on hard concrete data. I usually partial TPS. Sometimes I'd be emotionally weak. Hamza, I totally understand, but the more you look into the math of trading, the more that's typically a bad idea. What makes money, I know this is so stereotypical, man, is finding a strong trend and adding to your winner. That is what makes you money. That is very emotionally hard to do. I hate doing that. Do you guys want to know why I hate adding to winners? Because then your average price goes up. Your average price just gets worse and worse because you're adding to the position and your risk gets higher. But what do most guys do? Most guys de-risk when things are going on their side, and then they up the risk when things are going against them. Let me say that again. Most bad traders, they de-risk when things go their way, and they up the risk when things don't go their way. That's not good. Yeah, Hamza, that's DCA, but I've argued against this many times. A lot of the time, DCAing and trying to add to losers, it can be a very bad strategy. If you might say, well, isn't spot DCA good because you cannot be liquidated? Well, not always. This is a whole other topic, but if you look at the US stock market, DCA versus just getting in, typically just getting in has outperformed that than trying to time the market with dollar cost averaging. When it comes to Bitcoin, same thing is true. A lot of the times you just want to rely on math and just walk away. So right now, that's what I'm going to do. I promise you, I am going to let either the TP hit or the stop loss. There's nothing for me to do here. There's just no reason for me to do anything. The only reason that I would change my position, guys, and this is important, is if you show me a surge of market buying, if you show me a surge in open interest, I would hate that. That would show a budding uptrend. And I might even flip my position. Probably not. I'd probably just get out of there. But that's a very bad sign. Are we seeing that right now? No, we are not. We're not seeing that in the slightest. I'm not seeing a kind of worrying sign where prices just skyrocketing with a lot of open interest and a lot of CVD in their favor. I'm literally just not seeing that. So there's just no reason for me to do anything here. All right, long-winded, but you get it. Anyone have any questions about when it comes to partial TPs, partial SL, stuff like that? Any trading, risk management stuff you guys are curious about? Let me know. Because you guys know about the Pareto principle, right? It's like 80%, 20% rules. It's like 80% of your profit will be from 20% of your trades. 80% of your losses will be from 20% of trades. And the best thing you can do is to add to that tiny portion of trades that just kill it. So hopefully that's helpful. Swami, you've taken some very good trades recently. Do you have anything to add to the topic? Yeah, Swami, it's not your fault. We started 1 hour prior because we're doing something a little bit different today with everything. So we're just doing something a little bit different. But yeah, your trades have been great recently. How do you handle partial take profits? You made around $10 a mask. Nice. Did you short or long? I'm assuming you shorted. Did you just copy what I did, or how did you trade that? Additionally, guys, Solana has gone down even more. Look at this. Awesome. Bitcoin's gone. That would hit my take profit. Man, maybe I shouldn't have gotten out of there. Yeah, and mask is revving up. So if we go to Polymarket, you can see that I got out of the trade. I made money on this. Guys, let me talk about what I did here. I bought 100 no at 90 because it was mathematically profitable, and I sold at 100%, 99.9%. Awesome. Now, when it comes to Solana, obviously, I'm not going to do anything besides sell at 99.9. That's just the best thing to do here. So we're going to do that. Minimum shares for 5, limit for 5. That's annoying. Guess I'll just hold till expiration for the next 20 minutes. So, are there any markets that we want to trade? When it comes to this, let me go to crypto. I'm still learning OI, but it's still confusing. Swami, yeah, open interest is tough, but hopefully these streams are going to help you. Yeah, CloudKite, you can enroll in the LRA course. I've dropped the price a lot. All you have to do is be a platinum sub. So if you sub for just at least 1 month for platinum, you get full access for the rest of your life to the LRA course. I dropped the price down from 250 to 100. So not hard to get. Not only do you get access to the Discord with Platinum, you also just get LRA. So CloudKite, that's how you do it. Not that expensive, price drop. So yeah, go check that out. Are there any other trades that we want to take here? I don't really think so. I'm probably going to wrap up stream and take any final questions. Not really much else I can do here, to be honest. To assess my trading performance on Polymarket and BingX, I don't regret anything I've done. Yeah, you know what does kind of hurt? I'm not going to lie. It does kind of hurt that I took profit here and price went down. But at the same time, I'm actually not mad at myself. Do you want to know why? I'm not mad at myself because I held to how I trade counter trading. I didn't do anything that was wrong. Because if you think about it, when I counter trade, if the guy doesn't show me his positions, I just exit. It's as simple as that, And whatever price that's at is whatever price it's at. And I held to my guns there. So I'm not, angry about that decision. The outcome sucks because price kept going down and I could have made money, but the decision I made was definitely fine. It was not bad. So with that, that's probably going to do it. I think I'll take like 1 or 2 final questions. Maybe they're going to be about open interest because that's a very common topic and kind of a tough topic because it's open interest. Also, there's another type of open interest, which is a whole other bag of worms. Open interest profile, which is actually showing a lot of support, which could be a problem for me. But I don't know. I kind of want to just hold this out and see where it goes. So, any final questions about open interest before we upload this to YouTube? How to deep dive into open interest? Is there any course? Yeah. So, Swami, a few things. I would say the first thing you would do is get the LRA course because that's really just a deep dive on open interest. So, the first thing to do is become a platinum sub and just get access to that course. That's going to give you so much information with the basics of open interest and how to make money from it. Part 2, go read all of the articles I wrote on open interest in Buy Me a Coffee. On the website, we have a lot of articles about open interest that I put a lot of time into. Go read those. And then I'd say finally, watch back previous streams. If you do any of those 3 things, you are bound to become much, much, much better at this. Because I explained the same topic, many times. And I do that because no matter what stream you go into, you're probably going to find the answer that you're looking for open interest, right? Finally, if you have done all of those 3, or at least one of those 3 things to get better, there's a last thing you can do, which is actually practice. So you can actually get an open interest indicator like this. Let's go look at CBD, actually. Look at that beauty of CBD. Wow. You can go to this right here, and you can practice by doing the bar replay tool and doing practice trading. So if you go here, we hit minus, and then we hit replay trading. We can go do the bar replay tool. Where do they put the bar replay? Do they move it or something? Because it's like I can't find the bar replay tool. Do they move it back or something? Replay trading? Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know where they moved it to, but usually it's like right here. You can go back in time, and that's a fantastic way that you can practice. Well, it looks like the bar replay tool isn't really working here, but at the same time, this is how you practice, guys. Go on the 5-minute. After you go to the 5-minute time frame, scroll all the way back, as far back as you can if bar replay isn't working. Go look at open interest. So a few things. When you see high open interest falling with a drop in open interest that's aggressive like this, that's a beautiful sign for you to short. This is also another reason why I shorted Mask where I did. I did it because of open interest, because this kind of price movement is incredibly bearish. It is possible some of the time the price does this and you're screwed, but that's okay. That's totally okay. That's just part of what traders go through. This is beautiful. This would have been fantastic for a short. Okay. Let's go look at some other examples too. Looking at open interest spikes up and down. This would have been a bit of a fake out. But right here, this would have been a good short, but it actually looks like it wouldn't have materialized much. I mean, if you had held short, you would have made money, but easier said than done. This looks beautiful. Do you guys see these upticks in open interest? Yeah, and price went up. So, and then here we can see a lot going on. We can see that open interest rose a lot here. Great time to long. Where do we exit? Well, like I told you before, you exit when open interest begins to really fall off. Right there. But if price is falling and OI is falling, this is a sign of buy, right, sir? Swami, it's complicated. I totally understand that I've said that before, but there's a contextual reason why I short when that happens. Let me say this again. When price is in a strong uptrend and you want to short, what you want to do is look at what the market aggressors are doing. So the market aggressors are the longs, right? Open interest is rising with price rising, and the market aggressors longs are opening positions. When open interest begins to fall, what does that indicate? That indicates that the market aggressors, the longs, are beginning to sell their positions. If they begin to sell their positions, that could cause panic. That could cause a lot of things to happen that would lead to an eventual downtrend. So the reason that I say you should be using falling open interest as a sign to probably short is only if there's been a buildup of open interest. Does that make sense? Open interest just falling by itself doesn't mean much. But when we look at something that has a bunch of buildup of open interest, and then begins to fall, what does that indicate? Well, that indicates, guess what, man? All of the guys that entered during this trend might want to sell, correct? All of the longs that entered, look at all of these longs entering. They haven't all exited, and they're trying to exit right now, and I'm making money off them trying to exit. So this is the beauty of open interest. You're looking for a V-shape reversal of open interest. Now that V-shape or upside down V-shape reversal is likely going to lead to an upside down V-shape movement in price. Now, final, it looks like the take profit that we put is about to hit, and I'm about to make $100. There you go. Oh my God, is it really gonna fake me out, or is it gonna hit? Let's go see. I really have to go see if CVD is bad right now. I actually do. I might have just had my my TP at a perfect area, but price might actually rebound right now. Let's go look at CVD really quickly because I'm thinking a little bit like price is about to go skyrocket because it just the length of trend does matter. I kind of feel like price might skyrocket because what just happened. Guys, stop loss hunts are another thing here. Stop loss hunts are pretty powerful though. Price going below a major low, I don't know. That can cause things to be a little bit muddy for my position. But before I freak out, let me go look at the CVD, shall we? So let's just go look at this. Obviously, we want price to go to 2.78. We will hope it goes to 2.78. Let's go look at CVD. So I'm going to give this about a minute, but I am going to tell you I'm a little bit worried about this because price did just go below a low, and now price is rising a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I said I wouldn't take profit early, but come on, like this is this is not healthy. Should I hold? This is actually a really good example of when I should maybe take 50%. profit. It's just that CVD going up isn't great. Can people sell to me, please? You know, can we get some final selling, some final panic to get me my $100 and my yeah, I don't think this is the correct way to trade. Guys, we are going to exit at 2.8. I might be wrong here, but I don't actually regret this for a second. You know, look, yeah, CVD is up. All right. And that is the trade. So we are out of the trade. You can see that the order just filled. Everything's done with it. And we'll see how we do. Here's my trade history. With Mask, I opened at, I got out at 2.7984. And I opened at, where was it? 2.884. Guys, the reason I did this was because of the indicator. I mean, of course, CVD falls off a cliff right after. Duh. But I did this because the indicator was basically showing me this data before. So I would not classify this as a time that I took profit too early, because take profit was 0.2% away and did not hit. And it's more likely, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's more likely than not, guys, that price is about to rise. Okay. That's going to do it for today. We made money. I don't know how much we made today. Maybe like $200, around $200. We made some scalps here. You can see some of my positions here. If you add up all of these, then also what I did on Polymarket, I think I made about $200. So, you know, a decent profit day. That's going to do it for today. Thank you to everyone for joining me in this Discord chat. I feel like the most important topic that we covered was open interest, and more specifically what Swami is talking about with open interest trend. Because open interest is really everything, and it's how I make money. So yeah, that's about going to do it. Thank you guys for showing up. Hopefully I've given you some really good trading tips. And yeah, that's just about going to do it. Peace, guys. Have a great weekend, and go to Orion Terminal, look for some good trades, and hopefully you can apply the tools that I've given you. Peace, and happy trading.